Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Milky, one of the instructors at Wisconsin Virtual Learning. The purpose of this video is to give you an idea of how to be successful in my language arts and social studies courses. This is just one video that's going to be posted on multiple pages. So if you are in Language Arts 7 and Geography, you only have to watch it once. Or if you're in Language Arts 8 and US History, again, you only have to watch it once. It's the same exact recording. So what you should see behind you right now is my home page, or my dashboard, they call it, in Canvas. Right now there are some announcements posted, so I'm going to scroll underneath those announcements to get to the actual dashboard of courses. Now mine looks probably a little bit different than yours because I have more courses, seeing as I teach more classes. But anyway, I am going to just use one of my classes today as an example, but you all the classes run basically the same for me, so you can just adjust that information via each class. So the first thing you do is choose the class you want to go into. I'm just going to use Geography since it's at the top here. I'm going to adjust my screen, and this is the home page of the Geography course. They are all very similar. I'm actually going to switch over to the student view now just to make sure that everything you see is exactly what what you would normally see. Mine is a little bit more than that. I have more options on the left-hand side. So the home page is where we are right now. There's some announcements, modules, grades, Blackboard Collaborate, and Google Drive. Now I'm going to move this down just a little bit so that you can see your home page of each of your courses should include my name and all of the different ways you can get a hold of me, whether that's through email or coming into study hall or going to office hours or the live classes. Right here is where this video is going to be posted. And then I do have a link here to some deadlines that you need to know about and the syllabus. So you want to go ahead and take a look at each of these after you watch the video. So going back up then to the top of the home page, I'm also going to scroll over. The announcements are where I put things that are just important for you to know. Right now it's just a welcome to Geography, but in the future if I have to cancel classes due to meetings or something like that, I usually put up an announcement, and I also send you an email. I also try to remember to put it on the calendar so that you get it in multiple places. In the Modules tab is where you are going to find all of your lessons, all of the important things that you need to read and do. So taking a look at this very first one, it's just a getting to know you section. And so it just says, welcome to Geography. I'm glad you are with me on this journey. To begin, I'd like to get to know you better. So please take out some time to fill out this interest inventory. This will be your first assignment for the year. Now I'm going to move this over a little bit so you can see that there's a next button. When you click the next button, it takes you to the quote-unquote quiz. And it's actually just an assignment, but there was no other way for me to put it in. So you click take quiz, and then you answer each of the questions. So you're going to answer question 1, finish the sentence. Question 2, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go all the way down. After you've filled in all the questions, you are going to go ahead and submit it, which I'm going to see if I can move my screen enough that you can actually see that there's a submit quiz button down here. So once you get done with a quiz, you just go ahead and submit it that way. All right, I'm going to move back up again. That's how you do a quiz. I also want to show you when you are in the Modules tab, so I'm going to click on that again. I wanted to point out to you that anything that is along the margin is something that you have to read, and anything indented is something that gets turned in for a grade. So you should notice a little indentation there that gives you the clue like, oop, this is something I have to turn in. So all of your lessons look like this. They have a page next to them, and then any quizzes that you have a little rocket next to them. So you go ahead and open up the first lesson, and you work your way through the online lessons in order to complete all of the work. So you just read through what you need to read through, and it'll always tell you what to do. Sometimes there are videos embedded, and then like it tells you you're here to go in and take a quiz. Now, I don't have any other assignments to show you in this particular course, so I'll show you an assignment in a different course later. The grades tab is where you can see all of your grades. Everything is in there based on due date. So if it's missing, it'll tell you it's missing. Once it's turned in, this will turn either to a score or it'll turn into, it'll either be a score or it'll be like an icon letting me know that it's there and it's just waited to be graded. One other thing I wanted to show you is this year there are summative assessments and formative assessments in my courses. Summative assessments are worth 70% of your grade and formatives are only worth 30%. Formative assessments are things like little quizzes and assignments, practice items for the bigger tests and projects that you have to do. Those are the summatives, so they count for a lot more of your grade this year than the practice stuff does. If you are in 8th grade, it's 80%, 20%. So 80% summative, 20% formative. So that is a change from what you have had if you've been with WVL in the past. Blackboard Collaborate is how you get to live class. So geography happens to be at 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you just click the Blackboard Collaborate link and then you click geography. And then you should get a join button. You click the join button and it might have you download the session. If you have to do that, you go ahead and you click the download after it comes in. And you have to let it go. It might take you a couple of minutes to get into class. The more times you do it, the less long it'll take you to do it, but you just have to let it go. And now you can probably see that it says it's verifying the application. And I'm just going to be patient here because when I'm sharing my screen and making a video, sometimes this goes slower. You want to run that so that it'll come up on your computer. And it should come up in a new tab. There we go. It's coming up in the background there. You can see I do have a wireless connection, so I'm going to click OK. And that's going to take you into the online classroom. So you can see right now I'm the only one in there. And this is your whiteboard. You got your participant info box. And you have no tools. The teacher will give you those tools once you are, everybody is in the class. When you're done with live class, you simply go to the upper right-hand corner, click the X button, and it'll ask you if you do really want to leave. And you can go ahead and say OK. So back to Canvas here. Now I've shown you all of these things for the course. I'm going to go into a different course now, just so that you can get an idea of what it looks like for handing in an assignment. So let's go to Language Arts 7. Let's go again to the Modules tab. And I want to show you what to do with an actual assignment. So here's an assignment. It looks different than the rocket for a quiz. This is an assignment. So you open up the assignment when you're done with it. Oh, I have to go back to student view. Sorry about that. Let me go to student view first. Okay, now I'm going to go back over here. We're in the modules tab. And we want to get down to that first regular assignment. So here it's going to tell you what to do, and now you're going to turn it in. You're all done. And what gets confusing for kids is that it right away tells you to submit assignment, and that is actually what you have to click. So if you saved it like as a Word document or something on your computer, you're going to want to choose your file and put it in here. If you did it as a Google Doc, you can copy and paste the website URL here and then submit it. Google Drive is also connected. I can't do it in test view, but if you have it all connected, you might be able to just actually put it right here. So let's pretend that we put the website in here, then you're going to click a submit assignment and that will turn it into me. So that's how you turn in an assignment versus just doing a quiz. All right, in Canvas then, I also wanted to show you the calendar. And you can see here that I am in September. So your reading inventory was due on the 1st, Unit 1, Lesson 1 on the 2nd. It tells you what to be doing each day. What you're going to notice though is that most of the things that I have are going to be listed on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then assignments are typically due on Tuesdays and Fridays. Now there's going to be 5 days of work to do. You get to decide how to spread it out over those 5 days. So there's 2 lessons, Unit 1 Lesson 4 and Unit 1 Lesson 5 this particular week. But you're going to decide how to spread that work out over the 5 days. And then you want to try to stay on pace by turning in your quiz here and your fictional narrative graphic organizer here. However, as long as you have everything turned in by Sunday night at 6, you are good to go. So anything that's on your calendar here has to be turned in by this Sunday night at 6. Anything on your calendar here has to be turned in by the 26th at 6. So that's your calendar. Oh, and by the way, if you don't see anything on your calendar, it might be because you have this unchecked. You have to make sure that you have that colored for anything that you want to see on the calendar. So you have multiple courses. If they're all, checked, they're all have a color, you're going to see a bunch of stuff on your calendar. I choose to just look at one at a time. And the last thing I wanted to show you in Canvas is your inbox. Now, I'm in student view, so I'm going to go out of student view so that you can see the actual email system. This is an internal email system, so if you want to get a hold of me, you click the Compose button, choose the course, we'll just pretend it's geography, put in my name, and I should come up to send an email to Mrs. Milky, give it a subject, and then say, hello, Mrs. Milky. I'm glad to be back. Well, I have to be able to hit the B. There we go. John. There we go. And then you go ahead and click the send button. Oops, I think I put my picture over the top of it, and it'll send it right to me. So it's an internal email system versus the other email system that you were given from school. So if I go back to a home page, so if I choose a course, let's go back to geography. And I did talk about this a little bit before, but this is all the different ways to get a hold of me. So you can call me. By the way, this is going to leave a message. You're going to have to leave a message for me on this phone number because I'm not in the office as much as I used to be, but I do get those messages through my email, and then I will call you back. But when I call you back, I use Google Voice. So it might come up as some obscure place like Las Vegas, Nevada, or San Francisco, California, and it's actually me right here in Wisconsin calling you back. So I will always return your call if you leave me a message. Students should use that internal Canvas email that I was talking about, but parents can feel free to use the family school email account, and my email address is there for you. We have study hall on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 3:30. Just go ahead and use the Blackboard Collaborate link, which goes to middle school study hall, and you can find that in the course called Middle School Resource Room. I do have office hours on Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8:45. Again, use the Blackboard Collaborate link, but this time go to Mrs. Milky's office, again found in the Middle School Resource Room. And it'll always give you the live class times for my classes on that home page also. So that's a quick overview of what to do in Canvas and how to do it. Please remember that if you ever have questions, don't feel like you can't contact me. Contact me, ask questions that you think might be crazy, because for me, it's probably just a simple answer and then you can go on with your day. So let's have a great school year, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you.